Good morning. So welcome to the July Novi Presents live stream. We have a chock full day for you planned. But first let me start off by saying that the charity that Novi is supporting during this Novi Presents is stopline3.org. I am putting the charity in the chat. And tribal nations, community, and environmental groups in Minnesota have fought for 6 years to stop Canadian oil giant Enbridge Energy from building the Line 3 pipeline in northern Minnesota to take oil from Canada's tar sands region to Superior, Wisconsin. The pipeline violates several treaties with the Ojibwe people that establish their right to hunt, fish, and gather along the proposed route. The pipeline would cross 200 bodies of water, including the Mississippi River, twice. If you can, please donate. Donations will be matched up to $200. To learn more, please go to www.stopline3.org. Okay, so our first segment today is going to be It Was Always About Us. I am Nova, manager and creative director of Novi Studios. I can be found on Legends of Lanamora podcast at Lanamora Pod. And Lizzie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Lizzie. I am the DM of City and Snow, also under Novi Studios. It's a podcast that also uses D&D, but we tell a story about wintertime and mysteries and breakfast food and romance and smooches. So it's a fun one.
Nice.
I can be found on Twitter at LIZY_BR.
Nice. All right. So, this is actually episode 2 of It Was Always About Us. We did episode 1 back in May, and we are going to be picking up where we left off. If you would like to give us a little bit of a background or recap, rather, as to what happened.
Yes. Yeah. So first off, It Was Always About Us is a tabletop RPG about a superhero and a supervillain and the tension between them. So this is a GM-less game. I'm doing more of a facilitating role, and I'm going to be handling the whiteboard, and we will see exactly what that does later. Each of us takes on a role. So I am the villain. I go by Remix when I'm a villain, and I go by the civilian name Brandon Storm with he, him pronouns. And who do you play?
I play a hero named Hydra, and my civilian name is Kent Clark, she, her. By day, I'm a veterinarian. By night, I have Alpha the super dog with me to help fight crime.
Yes. So we figure out in a scene-by-scene basis how our characters interact, what they think of each other, and how they influence the lives of each other. So while we play out a scene, we ask questions, and depending on what type of question it is, we roll a d6, and that determines how we place it on the board, which is currently blank. At the end, we will have a conflict. That doesn't always mean a fist fight. That can mean any kind of conflict. And figure out whose ideas win the day. High numbers win is important. So as a recap, last time we had 3 separate scenes. In the first scene, Hydra and Remix met each other. They first clashed at a dance club where Remix tried to get a bunch of people extra super rowdy, and that was against the wishes of Hydra, who I guess in her side hustle, was acting as a bouncer that night at the club. That one ended, I believe, with Remix face down on the floor, if I remember correctly. So the second time they bumped heads was at a bridge where Hydra was trying to make sure some petty crimes involving spray paint and graffiti weren't happening while walking, you said Alpha, right?
Yeah, Alpha.
I was about to say Astro, but I know it's not that.
TM.
Specifically not that. No, Astro Alpha. And Remix was there a bit early for a showdown with another villain. And they ended up butting heads. And I believe that was another situation where Remix ended up face down on some pavement in a road.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Maybe a little bit. So the last one, you can see the kind of like escalation as we go through our villainous and heroic careers. The mayor was giving Hydra an award, a big award, and Remix attempted to kidnap the mayor. That one had a similar ending to the next two. So I'm hoping to win one conflict today to show that evil is sometimes better. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
we are starting at scene 4.
Let me pull that up.
I'm on a roll, so I'm going to keep reading if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Scene 4, chance, but not always. Not everything is about them. You both have your own affairs, your own projects, your own lives. But the world of supers is a small one, and sometimes you brush against your nemesis in a non-professional capacity. No, it's not about them. But for whatever reason, here they are. So, something I forgot to describe is that the setting we're in is approximately 70s/80s city, where superpowers are common and heroes are established. So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for there to be other heroes or villains here. And I guess in some ways it's like Gotham. Would that be about right?
That could be a good, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So here are the scene rules. We're not in direct conflict with each other in this scene, which is cool. It's kind of like we're switching between scenes as we, do parallel tracks. Build your conflict lines separately, and whenever you add a dice to your line roll, add another d6 to add an NPC conflict line opposite. So we're not just building our line, we're also building what's opposite ours. Does that make sense?
Interesting.
Yeah, right? It's a whole different spin on it. During a clash, they decide who or what you're fighting and play that part. So we'll be playing each other's NPCs. Although without reserve dice. So there aren't any backup dice for that. Resolve the heroes' clash before the villains. So we're going to be building 2 separate conflict lines and playing each other's conflict line. So what I'm going to do right before that is I'm just going to draw a line in the middle of the board. I'm going to draw a line in the middle of the board to represent, I have a mouse. Look, that's not bad for a mouse. To represent the separation between that. So we're basically having 2 separate fights between our characters and an NPC. That's really cool. The only clash interaction between a hero and villain is in the case of matched dice. For example, if the hero and villain both have dice showing 4 in their conflict lines. Cool. In this case, you've brushed up against them, not actively fought, but been distracted by them or their actions. And their actions have created a stumbling block for you, and in some other way, they've kept you from achieving your goal, just as you've kept them from achieving theirs. Remove both dice, as well as the NPC dice, opposite them, and tell them how they mess up your plans. That's going to be really interesting.
Oof. Both
clashes must be resolved before victory can be declared. Both hero and villain may achieve their goals in the scene. Cool. So I have a chance of not losing. Regardless of success or failure, each player narrates the outcome of their opposite's goal, and the hero. So we're going to do the same thing where we narrate each other's goals. Both hero and villain are in their public identities for this one, so I'm Remix and you're Hydra in full costume, whatever that means. The hero declares their goal, then the villain declares their goal. What do you think? You go first.
What is my goal?
Yeah. There's a pretty good list of goals here for each of us, but they're also very different.
I don't know. I really like the large-scale threat of brainwashed civilians.
Ooh.
I don't know how, but can we do that one?
Large-scale threats. Get that up on the board. Brainwashed civil. No, that's pretty clear though. That can be that's like the Batman movie where Scarecrow put something in the water supply and everyone was kind of brainwashed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. If I may, before we get into it,
yes,
I noticed on your board that the scenes that we left off at different points in the scenes. So your scene 3 should have 2 out of 3.
Oh, thank you.
And then my scene 3 should have 3 out of 3.
Thank you. Okay, yeah.
Just a little housekeeping.
Yep, perfect. That's great.
Okay.
So I have a goal too, and I don't think my goal in the spirit of this scene is very directly related to that, but we'll find common threads, definitely. I would like to take control of a gang or branch of a criminal organization. One of the things about Remix is that he is extremely arrogant, and I think he wants to seat himself at the head of a protection racket.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the protection racket has got to be for clubs, right? We'll figure that out as we go along.
A criminal organization of bouncers.
Yeah, though. Okay, the villain says what they were doing before they bumped into the hero. We kind of already had the villain meeting someone early for a meeting. I'm very tempted to do it again because that's a lot of fun, is me not expecting you there at all. But there are brainwashed civilians, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
So how do I get away from the brainwashed civilians, Nova? What was I doing to get away from it?
Maybe the brainwashed civilians were focusing on the heroes so that you could do your stuff behind the scenes.
Oh, is everyone watching like the main stage of a band and I'm like creeping around the back? Is it like that kind of vibe?
Could be. I will say I didn't know you would be there.
Okay, so what was I doing before I bumped into the hero? I think the thing about brainwashed civilians is that usually they're like outside and walking around or doing stuff like that. But what if it's also a really scary situation of them being inside as well? Does that make sense? What if people are just kind of going through their lives not really affected by things, and in a way that's causing a lot of problems? Because the villain, some people who aren't affected are able to. I'm setting up too many details. What was I doing before I bumped into the hero? I was traveling to a location to meet someone. Let's go with it.
Sounds good to me.
And yeah, I'm going to try to broker a protection racket deal. So maybe I'm somewhere near one of the clubs. Okay. And you said that you knew I would be here?
I did not know you would be there.
You did not know I would be here. Okay. The villain asked the first question. Now my brain is forgetting for a sec who rolls. I roll when I ask the question, right?
Depends on neutral, vulnerable, flattering questions.
Yes. Yeah, but it goes on my line when I ask. I'm going to ask you a neutral question. Are you having fun? And let's see what I roll. I got a 5.
Depends. Is the music going? Is the music blaring?
I mean, it's gotta be at like all hours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not the one doing it though, so it's not perfect, but
I'd say I'm having equal fun trying to help the brainwashed civilians and jam out to the music at the same time.
Okay. Okay, now let's go over again with the NBC conflict line. Whenever you add a dice line, another D6 add to the line opposite. It doesn't specifically say, I guess I will roll that for my conflict line, and I'm going to put NPCs in green, just so that we can kind of keep track of that situation, okay?
Okay.
Let's see what my NPC rolls. 4. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I believe it's your turn. What's the question?
Okay. How are you doing? You all right there?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm sorry, what kind of question is that? Which
Neutral.
Type? Neutral. I'm just kind of picking myself up and hustling and doing my best. Yeah, I think these neutral questions are throwing me off because they're so basic. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's so casual. Yeah. How about I'm doing well now that you're here? Wink. Ooh. Ooh.
I got a 2.
Oh, okay. I will put it in the center. Okay, roll your NPC.
A 6.
Oof. NPC's doing well.
Darn.
I'm going to do a vulnerable question. In what compromised situation do you see me in?
I think maybe you're being overcrowded.
Ooh.
Too many people, too many brainwashed people, and it's just packed. You can barely do anything.
Uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. I'm uncomfortable as a person just hearing that, so. Oh my gosh. I might have to ask for help. What is this world coming to? Okay, I'm gonna roll 2d6 and choose one. I got a 6 and a 3, and I'm gonna choose the 6.
Yep.
And then 1 for the NPC is a 1. Okay. Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna go with what do you see me do that makes you happy? That's a flattering question.
I think you are being extremely cool under pressure. And that, I mean, it sounds like it's a pretty stressful situation, but I think that you're kind of like really toughing it out in a way that just, it makes me happy because in some part I feel like I helped, you know? I helped make you real tough and strong and stuff by taking your hits. But, you know, there's, yeah. So like specifically, what do you do that makes, what do I see you do? I see you, using your powers in a way that is new to me. And that's kind of really exciting and makes me happy that you're still like growing. You know, that you just have so much potential and you're still doing it.
Nice.
What's your roll?
I rolled a 3 and a 2 for me.
Yeah, you're going to take that too.
And the civilian rolled a 2.
Okay, where would you like to put it?
Underneath it, I guess.
Okay. Double 2. I'd really like if it didn't do that, but okay, there we go. Okay, my turn. I'm feeling good. I think I might do a flattering question as well. How do you help me achieve my goal?
I feel like maybe a civilian is getting in your way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remove the civilian from the situation without harming them.
Mm-hmm.
But it allows you to continue doing what you were going to do.
I think that maybe I'm trying to show that they need to pay me for my protection. Like, to get real specific with that goal. But yeah, that's exactly it. Such a goodie. Okay, roll 2, and then you choose. So, I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Take that 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And NPC rolled a 4. So, we don't have any doubles right now. Interesting. I think it was 3 and 4. Yeah, we have no doubles in the line so far, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Your turn.
Is it an accident that my actions help you?
Ooh.
Vulnerable question.
I think it is. I don't know if Hydra knows my plans. I think I'm taking advantage of the situation and you being the goody-goody. You know, like saving people and stuff. But I think it is an accident and I'm trying to make the most of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's double 5s, so 5 on the board.
And that's our first combo. I mean, double, isn't it? We need to figure out if we have to address that now or later, and also, where do you want it?
On top.
Okay. And the NPC?
NPC rolled a 2.
Very nice. Okay. So during the clash, we'll address it. The combo numbers.
Okay.
I have a mutual question. Who's opposing you, if not me? What is the thing?
Who's opposing you, if not me?
Mm-hmm. If I'm not driving you, then what is there? That's an arrogant thing to say.
I feel like this really big, beefy bouncer just pops up out of nowhere in front of you and just gets in my way.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem like an insurmountable obstacle. Is that doable?
Yeah. Cannot compare to me, though. Oh, I mean, definitely stronger, but... Okay, I got a 6. I will never have this much good luck again. I'm going to put the 6 below my 6. So that I have a chance of beating that 4. And then empty space gets an NPC.
Mm-hmm.
We got a 1.
Wow, you're rolling real good.
Yeah, this is unprecedented. I feel like I have a chance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Vulnerable question.
Okay.
Why do I put myself in danger to help you?
Tell me if this is assuming too much. But I think as time has gone by, you've taken on an extra level of selflessness and an extra, like, you were already very morally upright, but now maybe you've been hanging out with more supers. Maybe you are upholding a moral code of a group of supers or something, but sacrificing yourself for other people, the kind of putting yourself in danger. Are you doing it for me specifically, or are you doing it because you think you have to? Is the question there. I think I don't think that Hydra's trying to prove something to me specifically as Remix, right? Like, I don't think it's about that. I think it's about making sure that everyone walks away at the end of the day. How's that? Unless you're doing it because you like me. Unless you're doing it because you just need one more good fight. But hey, who knows? I like to think that Hydra's a very morally upstanding person. So. How'd you do on dice?
Let's see. That's double 5s.
Ooh. Okay. Where do you want to put it?
At the bottom. And NPC got a 2.
Okay. So I guess if there are 2 5s, we will get to pick which one. But since you have a 2 for both NPCs, there isn't a major difference between them. Okay, you're not doing too bad either at this point. It can be brought back.
It could be worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What you gonna do, Remix?
I want to do a flattering question.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take an opportunity to mess with me?
Oof.
I mean, you definitely could. In a couple ways. But, why not?
Truth be told, you're starting to grow on me.
Ooh.
And I like the We have like a cute rivalry. I like that.
Is it quippy? Is it full of quips?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we
and
have
full of
bad nicknames for each other?
Yeah, and full of cheesy one-liners as well.
Of course. I got a 6 and a 4. So
take it up for.
Okay. I'm going to put it up at the top. And a 4 for the NPC. Okay. This is a very complex board so far compared to other games. I'm into it.
I like this question a lot.
That's not a question.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's a flattering question.
Okay.
What incredible new power or gadget do I use?
Ooh. So we established that you were able to like make kind of phantom-y animals and even like different sizes, different mixes. Did we say you could ride them?
We can now.
Okay. I think at some point when the crowd becomes so overwhelming, I think at some point you swoop down on like a really big dragon, and the dragon has some sort of breath that it's not fire. It is like a sleep, like a dream powder or something, right? It's like a Sandman dragon swoops down, and they all go down, but everyone's safe. Everything's okay. And it is awe-inspiring and awesome. I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool.
That's a 3 and a 2 for me.
You gotta take that too.
And that's a 5 for the civilian.
Ooh, where do you want to put it? The 2.
I don't know. I don't know. Just on top, I guess.
Okay. I can always move things around. And actually, I will be doing that right now. We can always make room for extra. So, so that's a 2 and a 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will do a vulnerable question. What personal or important thing do I drop? Oh, no. I need to go with how do I get hurt? Yeah, that's got to be the vulnerable question there. That's a really good one. How do I get hurt?
Let's see. I think that really, really big bouncer person goes to take a swing at me, and you either accidentally or intentionally block the swing with your face.
Ooh, with my face. The mustache is a shield.
And it's super shiny.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much grease. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Remix isn't built for like physical combat really. So like maybe he looks it, but I think he's more of a, it's elemental transmission. He draws his strength from other things and moves them together or something. And this is just a moment where he's not quite able to do that, and he gets just decked. Okay, let's see what I roll. 6 and 4. I'm taking that 6. I'm screwed for the rest of the for everything else. I would like to move everything down and put that 6 where the 4 is. Okay. Not to telegraph too hard, but I'm reticent to start a clash just because I'm rolling so well. So let's see what the NPC gets. It got a 5. Okay. I'll take it. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I need the big money. In what compromised situation do you see me?
What compromised situation? The obvious one is that this is like a whole group of people and it's a Lucendale, but I think it would be interesting if the compromising situation is that if the person I'm meeting with is a bit more powerful than both of us and a villain. And I think that would be an interesting compromising situation is if they show up. And I can make myself look good, but it's a complication, but it's kind of a big one. Maybe they have a beef with you or something, or with someone you pal around with.
Oof.
Yeah. I think this is kind of the equivalent of like Penguin showing up to a fight between like a Robin and it's a low-level villain that isn't. I don't know. Is Man-Bat considered a low-level villain for Batman?
I'm not familiar with Man-Bat.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. But yeah, some heavy hitter, the heavy hitter I was going to meet up with shows up. And you're kind of perfectly poised to get hurt in a certain way. With whatever is the thing that they do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What
I
did you
rolled
get?
a 4 and a 3, so...
Mm-hmm.
And then the civilian rolled a 1.
Okay, where do you want to put it?
Let's put that at the bottom.
Okay.
So that's an even match, at least.
I will be moving everything up. I think I would like to start the clash. It's time. Okay, it's clash time. We're gonna fight. We are evenly matched right now. We have an even number, so we don't have to make up with any rolls. Once again, reminder that 3 reserve dice, 2 reserve dice, but the NPCs get none, and we play the other NPCs. This might take a second, but it's going to be good. Some scenes of special rules for clashing. We went over those. Clash is progress in turn. A person who initiates the clash gets the first turn and may choose from their actions on the following pages. My clash is to, I'm going to try to achieve my goal of taking control of a branch of criminal organization. And my way of doing that is to try to put this villain in harm. The villain might be the NPC might be people I try to throw at the villain. I'm usurping a king here, so it's time to play dirty. I'm going to try to do a strike, and I'm going to make it real simple and do the 6 and 1 in the center.
Okay.
3 gold ticks for the win is how the clash goes. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Without reserve dice, I don't think there's a way to counter a strike over here. So I'm going to just do it and get a point. So what I do is I'm going to go over and greet this NPC, and then I'm going to place them in a compromising position when it comes to the brainwashed crowd. I think I'm going to end up doing some sort of handshake that ends up with him, doesn't have to be a he, but that ends up with, let's just go with him being positioned between me and the crowd.
Okay.
Let's get the gold ticks up.
I don't know, 3. I'll take it.
Huh? No.
Nope, too late. Type out.
Too late. I'm trying to figure out exactly the way we need to do this, but I think we're just doing my side NPC, your side NPC back and forth. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll do the 4 and 1 and take that strike win, I guess.
Oh no. Like I do this row. You do this row. You do this row, and then I do this row.
So I'm playing your civilians.
Yeah, we're playing each other's NPCs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for that we have no reserve dice. So triggering clashes, non-action, clashes are triggered. Oh, we missed this rule.
Huh?
Triggering a clash automatically happens when we have 6 each. So I'm sorry, when we have 4 in our row, so that this doesn't go on forever. So we should probably get rid of 2.
Okay.
I'm going to suggest top and bottom because those are both equally kind of matched, if that's okay with you.
Well, my 4 and 1 is not equally matched.
I will give you a choice then. I'm going to get rid of my top and bottom over here. That's my bad for not reading the the fine print here.
Can I do the top 2, 5 and 2, and 2 and 5?
Yes. Let's move everything up.
Okay, so I'm your civilian, but I don't get any reserve dice?
Yeah.
So how do I... Because they're all winning. Or you're all winning for every one of them.
Not everyone. There's the 5 where we will butt heads. Where Remix and Hydra butt heads. Hold on, I'm reading the thing very quickly. Triggering clashes on action. During a clash, they decide who or what you're facing and play that part, although without reserve dice. So that's my bad. You should have been the one to narrate. So we should be narrating each other's. Resolve the heroes clash before the villains. Oh, I did this completely wrong. So let's go back to the start of the clash. We need to be doing yours first.
Okay.
And I believe we already established that you are facing a mob. It's okay. It's the first time we're playing. And the first time we're playing with these alternate rules after so long without. So
you get to narrate what happens now, then.
Yes, but you get to choose dice stuff. And I guess, except for the 5, which you can choose to pick, but that includes a Hydra Nova, a Hydra remix clash. Other than that, the other ones are up to you.
All right. I'm going to go with the 4 and the 1.
Okay. So would you like to do a strike there?
Yes.
Okay. So I narrate how you get to achieve your goal point in this way, because I do not believe I can counteract that if I don't have reserve dice. So, we got this. We got this. So, Hydra, I want to bring back the dragon because I thought that was really fun. Hydra does a sweeping wind and takes out a whole flank by sweeping down in a dragon on a ghostly dragon form. A whole slew of people go down safely, which is very important to Hydra.
Excellent.
So it's 1 gold coin. Okay. So I think it's my turn. Even if I wanted to reposition, I don't exactly have options looking at this. So I think that I'm going to do a strike action with the 6 against the 2. So would you like to do something against that?
What can I do against that? If I were to do a trick, could I re-roll the 6? Or re-roll the 2?
Describe a distracting or deceptive action. Discard 1 of your reserve dice. Pick up 2 dice in your opponent's conflict line. They may re-roll. There, give me 1 second. Because I'm forgetting the exact order of operations here. So, you're able to use a reserve die to defend, and you would roll it and try to get something equal or higher to make a draw or a lose for your opponents.
All right, I guess that's the only option I have.
Okay. So you are going to try to defend against 6. Roll the die.
That's a 5. Oh.
Almost. But, okay, the mob gets one over on you.
Damn.
I think what they do to escalate the situation, I think they take down a light post and they're able to make your dragon dissipate.
How dare.
Yeah, it's not like a full like bunk. It's like almost like, I don't want to say glitter, but like.
Oh, my poor baby.
You can make more.
Easier said than done.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm going to do the 5-2 strike.
Okay, so that one immediately puts us against each other because that takes my 5 out. So what that does is that we cancel each other's plans, and we directly clash. Not that we have an opportunity to achieve a goal point. We just let me read the official thing, but we've brushed up against each other. We're not actively fighting, but we've been distracted, or the other has made a stumbling block for us in kept us from achieving your goal. And that it happens to each other. So how do we accidentally or purposefully how does our interaction make us not able to achieve our goal together? Our separate goals?
I feel like if I'm concentrating on one thing and you're concentrating on the other thing, we accidentally bump into each other. Like back to back bump into each other. Like physically? And yeah. And we just lose track of whatever we were doing. How's that sound?
Do we just fall out of time for a second? What kind of bump is this? Give me.
Oh.
Is it is there surprise? Is there anger between it? Is it like camaraderie? What do you think it is?
I would go with a combination of surprise and relief.
Ooh. I like that. Oh, something familiar is here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be at least there's this, right? The world is constantly changing and developing, but at least there's one constant, and it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I love it.
When you say it like that.
Okay. That crosses this out. These get crossed out. This gets crossed out. That leaves 2 and 2 for you to figure out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do a trick then.
Okay.
To try and get a higher number. 4. Yay.
You got it. I'm not really able to do anything except for a strike. So I can't say move around anything because we don't have enough. So I think you get it, right?
What happens to all your stuff?
No. I get to do my stuff next. It's just that I think you just get the point.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no way for that to be countered. So
I'm
let's
stuck at 2 out of 3.
describe how you do it. Yeah. If there ends up not being a result, we go back to questions to try to reset, and then we have another clash.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. Or we can do an expedited version, which is take the best, the most goal points and call it. So that is up to you. But let's describe how you get this goal point. I think that I think you find something that gives you the upper hand on figuring out the source of this problem. And I think you're able to not fully like flip a switch, but at the very least, you might be able to communicate that to someone or try to get there. I mean, it's the 70s and 80s. Can we say that TV is the enemy? Is that too? Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I mean, is the problem like the brain waves? The microwaves into the brain.
Oh, yeah, the squiggly line hypnosis thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
I think after we bump into each other, I think at some point you get, you're able to recognize like a radio tower antenna or something on a roof that maybe you didn't see before, or maybe like, the city, that was not there a week or two ago before this started. That something's out of place about this. And maybe it's
snap.
no coincidence that this is where the problem started and radiated out.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
It is my turn to absolutely Shrek this. For for once in my entire life. Yes. Okay. May I just?
Do you want to take it away and describe it, or?
No, it's up to you to describe exactly what happens, but from what I understand, without reserve dice, there isn't really a way to counter it, right? Because you can't swap dice around because I have 3 6s.
Yeah.
So you can't do the reposition action. You can't do a preparation action because that requires a reserve pool. And if you strike, you would lose. But that is, I guess, an option. And maybe I'm reading wrong, but I think that accidentally is where we ended up. But I think I'm gonna end up the head of this protection racket.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that too early, but I'm gonna get my dream.
Yeah. So I think what happens here is that you see me struggling, and you try, and one of these successes is you make your way to the exit to push me out of the exit so that I'm out of harm's way. Mm-hmm. But then another win is you get to the big bad and completely whoop them.
Yes.
You just totally own them. And then the third win is everyone recognizes it, stops, and starts bowing down to you.
Yes.
And you stand on their body victoriously.
Someone else is on the ground. I think I just realized who this villain has got to be. This villain has got to be someone who uses some sort of mind control thing. And I'm not saying I'm impervious to that. I am saying that Remix is not quite bright. You can't stop me because I can't read type of stuff. And just absolutely just smashes with some picks up I don't know, cinder blocks from the ground and just turns it into hands and claps.
Oh my.
Yeah. I think that might call it for scene 4, but I know that there's a procedure for this. So.
Scene 4 is...
ending a clash.
The hero asks the villain. Is this
the final
remix,
question?
Yeah, as Remix is pushing me out the door.
Yeah.
I fall to my knees and look back up at him. And I go, "Don't you care about anything?" And then he slams the door in my face.
Oh, so good. That's exactly it, though. God, I love that. It's such good writing.
And there I am in the back alley licking my wounds like a kitty.
Oh. Alpha's helping. I didn't mean it like that. I meant just like emotional support.
Emotional support, doggy. Yes.
Emotional support, yes. I'm gonna clear the playing field.
Okay.
Because I think that scene. It was really interesting. Interesting, like, alternative to, like, the way the game is otherwise played.
Yes. If I may take a quick restroom break.
Yes.
I'll be right back in, like, less than a minute.
Me too. Do you want to pause the thing?
Okay, I can put the screen up.
Cool, thank you.
And we're back. Hi.
Hi.
Getting into scene 5.
Scene 5. Let's see. We need to read the text. Would you mind reading the text? Go my way and forward.
Muted. You don't always disagree with them. Sometimes it's just their way of doing things that rubs you the wrong way. Their strange morality or methods or ideals. Sometimes you wonder just what life is like, seen through their eyes. And sometimes you don't have to think about anything because there's a threat so great that you must do whatever it takes to defeat it. Even if it means teaming up with them.
Ooh.
In this scene, the hero and the villain are forced to work together to overcome a greater threat. Roles are made and conflicts are created as normal, but there are no clashes. The only way to earn ticks is with matched opposing dice. Every time you make a match in this way, describe your combined actions and how you help each other get closer to defeating this threat. And then remove both dice and add a tick towards achieving your joint goal. If you reach 4 ticks, then the goal is achieved and the scene ends. Every time the villain answers a question in this scene, add a tick to a special Doom goal. Okay. If Doom reaches 8 ticks, both hero and villain have failed and the scene ends. Whether you succeed...
Sorry, I'll stop commenting. Please go right ahead.
Whether you succeed or fail, take turns narrating the outcome, each giving your own account of how things went down. Feel free to contradict them. The truth of what happened that day may never be known. Whoa. Okay.
That's really intense.
That is so intense.
Wow. Okay, so there's a common goal, there's a Doom goal, and if it gets to 8, that reminds me of basically every, like, Elder Scroll game with a Doom clock. Very cool. So what's our goal going to be?
Let's see.
Save the city from a threat, stop a catastrophic event, fabric of reality. Expose an imposter. take down a criminal enterprise, a corporation responsible for societal imbalance. We could just like take down capitalism.
Get a load of this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, for those of you watching, in case you aren't aware, today we are raising money for stopline3.org, which is a Canadian oil company responsible for trying to create pipelines. So what if we team up to try and take down a corporation responsible for widespread environmental damage?
Yeah. Oh, it's the 70s and 80s. The river through the city is on fire.
Take down the oil companies.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, common goal. What is like a concrete goal? Sorry to get like real therapists with you. Give me a concrete quantitative goal right there. We want to take down a corporation. A corporation responsible for environmental havoc. Good. We openly discuss what identities we use for the scene. Okay. Also, we need a theme song. That's in the rules. We need a theme song for the session.
We didn't start the fire by Billy Joel.
Thank you.
Are you okay with that? I just kind of blurted that out.
To say I enjoy Billy Joel songs. I mean, he's like from Oyster Bay and stuff, so. Yeah, raised on it.
I like Lex's addition is not only do we want to stop the corp, but we want them jailed for knowingly destroying the lands.
Yeah.
So bringing them to justice.
It's not just taking down a corporation, it's bringing to justice specific bad actors. How's that?
Bad actors.
Specific, like we're not just like bringing down company. We're like trying to arrest the CEO.
Yeah. So like, bring justice to specific CEOs. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
What identities should we do for the scene? I'm really tempted to try to shoehorn a civilian identity just because we had the public ones last time, but I don't want to have to figure out what that looks like. But I think that's part of the game, right? Is to try to figure out how we do that.
I was gonna go with my superhero identity.
Okay. Let's do that. Public personas. And we have a theme song. We're doing We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. Also, fun tangent. I just saw the Uptown Girl music video for the first time recently. So.
I noticed you did, and you were freaking out about it.
It is very, very good in the 80s. So.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hiro asked the first question.
You're in your villain persona, correct?
Yeah, I am. Mm-hmm.
And we're teamed up together.
We are teamed up together. This isn't how it's supposed to go. I think I said that my villain outfit, I mean, it could have changed over time, but it definitely involved, like, black leather, fingerless leather gloves have to be part of it.
Oh my god, yes.
It's maybe
Yes.
There's an element of like dark green or blood red or something. Like, this is real camp.
My question to you is going to be, what makes you respect me more?
Ooh.
Flattering.
Ooh. Okay. I am going to suggest something, and let me know if it's too much, but I think this is maybe violence isn't quite the right word, but this is the most worked up I've seen you about something. It almost makes everything else look like you were blasé. Like, I'm like seeing you be passionate to the point of like, oh, is she gonna do something violent today? Cool. You're like the first one who's like really getting in on it and really risking yourself. And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good.
Nice. I rolled a 3 and a 6. So you take the lowest. So that's a 3.
So, just to review, the Doom goal is when I answer a question, and our goal is to get doubles. So, in less than 8 rounds, basically, we need to get match dice. This is rough.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too easy.
Yeah. Rolls are made, conflict lines are created as normal, but no clash. Every time you make a match in this way. So because there aren't clashes, in real time when we make a match, describe what we do together to take another step towards defeating the threat and remove both dice from the line. And then add a tick towards the goal. 4 ticks is the goal. So. Ooh, this is going to be difficult, but I think we can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do a flattering question because I'm going to try to beat that 3, get to that 3. And I've been rolling kind of high. What suspicion of mine is confirmed?
Are we actively engaging?
I was thinking about the same thing.
Okay.
I kind of was thinking that maybe the thing that we're doing is kind of breaking into a facility to arrest the CEO. What do you think about that?
Okay.
It's a little bit The Old Guard, if you've seen The Old Guard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit Spider-Man multiverse, whatever the official name of the Spider-Man movie is.
Okay. What suspicion of mine is confirmed? What suspicion of yours is confirmed? I want to say that you almost get spotted in a hallway. Mm-hmm. Or making your way around a corner or something. And I take out the guard. Mm-hmm. Confirming your suspicion that I don't want any ill will to happen to you.
Well, you're actively helping and being... You're just not letting anything happen to me. You're not, turning a blind eye just in case. Right?
Yeah, we're in this together and I care about finishing this with you.
Ooh. Okay. So, roll 2. Take the lowest. Are you getting that sound?
Mm-hmm. Nice Foley.
I rolled double 3s!
Yes.
And they cancel out.
Woohoo!
And we have...
One on the board!
Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm just putting this over here. I don't know what to do with those, but I'm leaving them up.
Sure. Nostalgia.
Sure, yes.
Okay. Alright, since you've been rolling high, I'm going to try for a vulnerable question.
Okay.
What was I wrong about?
Ooh. Oh. I think it's a thing with Remix, and this is definitely something you've encountered, that he tends to be pretty ham-fisted with his elemental powers. He tends to be really punchy with them, really forceful, breaks a lot of things. You haven't seen any finesse. And I think what happens is that we encounter a mechanical thing, a situation, and Remix is able to just use finesse to move water and ice around to take out this specific mechanical thing. And it's you were wrong about how well they know their powers, but also that they actively make a choice to do it, not necessarily with tact and with finesse every time. Mm-hmm. So that's what you were wrong about. Because I think you're probably really good at doing different scale of powers, right? But I think you've only seen Remix do the elements version of being a loud DJ in a room.
Okay.
What you get?
Let's see. 5 and a 6. So take the highest 6. Oof.
So take the highest 6. Okay, cool. And that's one more on the Doom goal. So I answered question. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'm also going to take the highest with the vulnerable question. Ooh. who do I care for now that you now know about? So who do I care for that you now know about? There's so many answers, so many options for that one. So, yeah.
I feel like I don't know you outside of work. If you can call
Not
it
well. Yeah.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're starting to care about me.
Yeah.
I mean, we are doing this thing together.
Yeah. Is this situation not what here's a follow-up, not what Hydra considers work? Is this like us going rogue on a personal project?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I feel like, I think rogue is a good answer, because I feel like the mayor would be in on having that pipe laid down.
Can't trust authority.
Nope.
So you're saying I was right to try to kidnap the mayor?
Don't look at me like that.
Okay, let's roll 2, take the heist. Oh, 2 and 5.
Oh no.
Okay. Didn't do it that time.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah. If you're asking, that means Doom Goal goes up 1.
Flattering question.
Okay.
What makes you respect me more?
What makes you respect you more? I think maybe I came to you with this idea. And I think you actually listened to my plan. You definitely had to tweak it, because my plan definitely involved like blowing up a whole city block or something. But you heard me out, you made some adjustments, and you actually like really considered it. And sometimes my villain friends don't make me feel heard. And that was something that made me respect you more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 4 and a 5. So 4.
Okay. So I should probably do the one that says take the highest, I think. We're not going to do any neutral questions, are we?
I was literally just thinking that. No,
like, wow, there's no reason. Well, the first one can be, but I guess the second one is kind of like a target. So I'm going to do a vulnerable question. Have I only done it to that? What is my deepest weakness?
Your deepest weakness?
Yeah.
Compliments.
I said my character, not me. Oh my gosh.
So I complimented you on your plan. And you didn't seem to receive it well, as though you've never had good feedback on your ideas.
Right. Wow. Flustered. Okay. Let's go. 4. 4? No. 1 and 2. Take the highest. Is a 2. Okay. Okay, it's your turn. Doom goes up.
No.
This is terrifying.
Okay, so vulnerable. What fatal mistake of mine do you fix?
I think, I think you underestimate just how villainous the person we're up against is. And the question is, how do I fix it? I think at some point while going through, while kind of infiltrating this facility, right? While going through offices, I think at some point I've been trying to like there were hints that like you weren't quite understanding just how evil this is. And like I know the depths of evil, of course. Like I've encountered that many times. But I think what happens is we come across files. Just like file after file of like the evil plans, basically, and you finally get to see, I can finally point out like the scope of this disaster.
Okay.
So I turn to communist, is what I'm saying. Anarchist. It's the 70s, 80s. So.
Okay. That is a 3 and a 4.
So what's
4.
it going to be? Okay. I'm going to roll a neutral question because 4 is pretty in the middle, and I think we can do it. Okay. What interest or hobby do we share?
Let's see. I feel like we like the same sitcom. I made an offhanded joke that relates to this one particular sitcom in the 70s or 80s or whatever. And you actually turn to me and you laugh out loud because you get the joke.
And it's like a real nerdy one. Not like nerdy
real obscure
genre, but like it's a real deep joke.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this episode of this season in 1970 whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh. That's good. Okay.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. 6.
Oh.
This is a really stressful one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
How
is...
dare they?
Wow. I keep on, like, rereading the rules just to make sure I didn't put us at a disadvantage or something, but no. No, it's this hard.
Shouldn't be this
Gold by
hard.
1, because I'm answering question.
You know what? I'm going to go with a neutral question, too.
Okay.
Let's roll the dice.
We'll ask the question first.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just turn it
Oh, okay.
Do we make a good team?
I think we do. I think once we set ground rules, and I think we will make a good team eventually, but if we're on the same side ideologically like we are now, I think we do make a good team. Because we just kind of have fun together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, dice. That's a 3. Come on, 3.
Okay. I'm going to do a flattering question.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I cover for you? That's a cool one.
We are taking the elevator up, and once we get to one of the top floors, I'd imagine around where the CEO is, there are 2 bodyguards to meet us at the top of the elevator. The doors open, and you immediately roll a deception that's high enough to convince them that you're the health and safety inspector.
Oh, very good. I love it in my leather. Well, I'm the evil health and safety inspector. They only hire from the evil firm. I'm very bribable, and that's why they go for me.
And they believe it because the CEO is evil. So perfect.
Mm-hmm. Very good. CEO cares a lot for OSHA violations. Okay. Okay. Ha! I got a 3!
Yeah!
I got 4 and a 3 and take the lowest. Oh my gosh. I don't want to get hopeful, but I feel like you just described the situation that we improve the scene on, that we move forward with. Because when we're supposed to like narrate the next step of the goal, right? Ooh, interesting, both 3s.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Maybe suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. No.
Yeah, basically. Don't be suspicious. Uh-oh. You too. Okay, I'm just moving things around, but we're making it deeper and deeper into this fortress, so I'm just trying to figure out if maybe we can do that thing that we normally do where we move the items on the clash line around say if I rolled a 2, I could move the 4s up, do this, and have it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can do that because technically we are making a clashling. You know what I mean?
Interesting. So could we say
a conflict
move the 6s?
No, I think it might be too late for that, but
okay. Flattering question.
Yes.
What are you afraid of?
Aw. God, I love a trope where a villain is like afraid of something very mundane. But I'm not sure what it might be here. Flattering question. What am I afraid of? I think I'm afraid of the CEO. And I'll tell you why. I think I'm afraid of the CEO for 2 reasons. 1, I know they're ruthless. And 2, I know that because I've encountered them before. And I have a suspicion that they are also a certain superhero. That's what I'm afraid of.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
Okay. That's a 1 and a 2, so...
Yeah, neither of those help, right? I love how I outlined a theory of how the rules can be used in this, and we just immediately aren't able to use that. So it would be a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a flattering question.
Okay.
Take the lowest one. Oof. I want to know what you're afraid of.
I once had a superhero partner that befell a terrible fate at the hands of this CEO.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that I don't want the same thing to happen to you.
Ooh, you have a history. Okay, I feel like I have a decent chance if I'm doing 2 and taking the lowest to maybe have a 1 in here somewhere.
A little money.
Nope, 4 and a 2.
Fuck.
I can't even put the 2 anywhere that might help. But I think there's still a chance. There's a slim chance, but I think there's a chance. Otherwise, we completely get our asses handed to us.
Oh, no.
And we get to figure out what that means. Because that's going to be dark, but that's going to be something real. Ooh. Maybe it's like the midway through a movie when the villain has a temporary success. But it is your turn, so Doom Goal goes up by 1. Because I will be answering the question. And we'll see what the question is.
I'm just going to go for the neutral. Mm-hmm. What kind of synergy do our powers have?
Okay. So I have an idea for this. I feel like I've been describing your powers the whole time, but I think one of the things about your powers and my powers is that they involve almost amorphous things. Of like you like make animals, but one of the things about the animals you make is that they can like dissipate, or they can form into something, or they're made of smoke or something like that. And I'm doing elemental transition. I'm turning water to steam and ice. I'm turning stone to sand. And I think that one of the things that we do do together is you make a creature and I like buff it by giving it like, oh, here's like pebble armor, or here's like oh, I can make a gust to make your bird soar faster or something like that. So I like kind of give an augmentation to the creatures you make.
I like it.
Thank you. I'm going to move these 3s over, but they're not forgotten.
That's a 2. I got a 2.
Okay.
Can we do the thing?
Okay, yes. Yes, it's time. Okay. We can do this. We got this. It's really close, but I think we can do it. Okay, this is tense, because this is going to be a couple more questions. This is... Honestly, I really like how this game just takes its rules and just turns them over themselves for these very specific circumstances. I am a big fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my turn. I'm going to take the highest. I think that's got to be what it is right now, which is a vulnerable question. And I'm hoping this will be it. So what question might be a good final question, quote, as we make our way? Oh, we didn't describe what the success was, what the success looked like in the story of our escapade. What does the 2 and 2 look like? You got it, so...
Oh. The question was the synergy do our powers have, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I made well, I guess I can go off of what you said actually, is I made an eagle appear, had it chase or fly towards a bunch of security guards down a hallway, and you used your gust of wind to speed boost the eagle so that they had to run faster away from us.
Victor, we're getting closer to like the inner sanctum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we had an opportunity to do an Inception version, but neither of our powers are psychological.
No.
Next time. Okay. I asked a question this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a vulnerable question, what do you save that is precious to me? I don't think I've asked that one yet.
I feel like we almost get thrown down an elevator shaft.
Ooh.
And something falls out of your pocket that not only do I make sure that you have your footing to not fall in, but something falls out of your pocket and I go to grab it and look what it is, but you snatch it from my hand and give me a real weird look. Like, it's precious to you and you don't want me to see what it is.
What's it gotta be? I know what it is. Almost. I know what it is.
What's it shaped like?
I think it's paper.
Is it a photograph?
I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. This might be it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
No.
Oh, we got so close. I think that might be it. I'm gonna do the terrible thing where I check the rules and try to see, but
is it
gosh.
on the Doomghoul's 8th turn, or is it
every time a villain answers a question in a scene, add a tick to the Doomghoul. If it reaches 8, we failed. Oh my gosh, we got so close. We got one roll away. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I know what happens. And yeah, I think I have an idea of what happens. Are you ready? I think I might need your help with figuring out what lasting consequences might be. But I think we get all the way to the CEO's office. We get all the way there. And the CEO is there. And not just I think we absolutely are just I don't think we even get whooped. I think it's worse. I think we just get embarrassed because we can't do anything. So the question is, like, what are the lasting consequences, right? Like, not like what are the personal consequences, but the environmental and societal consequences are that the CEO just keeps on doing their thing, which means that we still have to basically like clean up whatever their problems are. But I think we get to live to fight another day, but it's definitely got to be a little bit demoralizing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the question is, I think we get to walk out. But I think now the CEO knows that we're on to them. And I don't want to use the word slander, but I think that we have just this mark against us and people won't really work with us. What do you think about that?
So we get kind of like blacklisted.
Yeah. Because I think the thing about the CEO is that they run things in a way that, like, my character wishes he ran things, and your character doesn't, but the CEO runs things, and they kind of, we're not able to, like, sit at a table with people who used to be our peers type stuff, and it's dark. But yeah.
Oof.
And I think in the elevator on the way down, where we are escorted out of the building completely intact, which is also a thing, because we can't walk around and be like, oh, look what happened to me. It's like you know, there is no fight there. I show you I show you what's on the paper, and it's proof that the CEO is also this popular superhero.
Oh my god.
Oh. And no. And right before that, I asked the final question. Right after that, I say, kind of under my breath, I say to you as we're standing side by side in this elevator, surrounded by the big security goons, I just say, "Do you trust me?"
Cut to
Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. We got so close.
That was so incredible. Darn.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna clean up the board, but wow. Wow.
That was a lot. That was deep.
That was a lot, yeah. I really like how the mechanics switch up. I'm not going to delete anything up here until I know what scene 6 is. But it is 11:05 for me, at least. Do you want to just move forward with scene 6? Okay, let's see what happens. I'll do some reading. Scene 6, cracks. Intense in entropy. You're more experienced now, stronger, more powerful than you've ever been. But so too are your enemies stronger, and too is the world darker. So too does everything seem to carry so much more weight. It used to be simple, but now it's like every day brings some new complication or fresh horror. And of course, they are still there. Scene rules. The villain declares their goal, and then the hero declares their goal. You need at least 4 ticks to declare victory in this scene. Wow, okay. I'm going to add that immediately. So that's 0 out of 4 for scene 5. I'm sorry, this is scene 6. The villain declares their goal, then the hero declares their goal. Villain goals. Ooh. So, on the list of villain goals, I feel like a couple of these we've already had like this first step of, right? I already tried to kidnap someone. I already tried to take control of a large criminal organization. I think what I want to do right now is I want to steal something unique or highly valuable. So that's going to be my villain goal. Okay. Hero goal. And then we will secretly pick identities.
Did you, at the end of last episode, did you reveal to me who the CEO's superhero identity was?
I did. I did tell it to you.
Okay, then this is going to be exposed deep corruption.
Ooh, very good. Good spell. There's no doom goal, thankfully. Okay. The hero and villain both secretly pick their identity for the scene and reveal them simultaneously. The villain describes one of their grand schemes. The hero describes how they foil this plan. The villain asks the first question. Okay, cool. So, Um, let's simultaneously reveal our identity for this scene.
Okay. So on 3?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Private.
Civilian. Yeah. Same one. Same.
Yeah, so
We're both in street clothes, so.
yeah.
Interesting. The villain describes one of their grand schemes. Okay. So one of my favorite things in superheroes is when there's a museum. And I think this museum has a really big expose about this specific superhero and all of the good, amazing deeds they've done and like through the years, etc. And I'm going to steal something from it. Yep.
And I keep a close eye on what they're going to steal and if it helps bring the corrupt superhero / CEO to justice, I'm going to let them do it.
That's really amazing. That's okay. That is wonderfully complicated. I asked the first question, and this is just a normal. This is a normal conflict line. It might end up being longer though because the goal is to get to 4. So okay. Neutral question. There are some fun slashes here that really change the context of each question, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, I have a question. I think this directly feeds into everything you're doing right now. This is a neutral question, so I roll 1 die. Do you still have a life outside adventuring?
I feel like no. I feel like I've lost anyone I would have called so-called friends. Had to cut ties with my family for their protection. So I think that being a superhero has just consumed my life.
That's some real Batman shit right there. Okay, I'm gonna roll. 2. Maybe I should try to make things a bit smaller just in case. I can't write things that well, so. Okay, your turn.
I'm going to ask a vulnerable question.
Mm-hmm.
How am I scarred?
Oh, I did this. How are you scarred? You have found it extremely difficult to trust people who you once thought were good. Because now some part of you sees that kind of morality that you used to love as a false face. And I don't know if that means that you can't that your moral compass has changed, or if you are just having difficulty working with other people and figuring out, trusting that their actions are as true as maybe you see your own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a 6 is the highest.
Okay. Do you want to put it directly across from the 2?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. I'm going with another neutral question.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask, why haven't I given up?
Because I feel like you like the game too much. Like, I imagine that you do have, like, money enough and a suitable enough to live a suitable enough lifestyle. But you're just so addicted to the game that you can't.
I'm just not able to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want more, constantly and consistently more.
Yeah. 6. I'm going to put it across in this 6. I'm just going to write it down here and then shift everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your worst.
Okay. Flattering question. How have you changed because of me?
Okay. Good question. How have I changed because of you? I mean, it would be silly to be like, I've learned to trust again. Because I don't think that was ever really Remix's problem. I think I've learned how to learned how to pick myself up out of defeat. And I mean that partly literally, right? Partly literally is that I spent a lot of time learning to pick myself up from when you just smash me to the ground in a fight in that way. But also, from our last kind of escapade together, I'm kind of learning how to take a victory that I can, even when on paper I didn't 100% win. And it's something that I think I have heard other villains talk about before, is this idea of a step forward, step back is still partly a step forward type of situation, right? But I didn't understand it before because it's what are you talking about? If you lose, you lose. That's the end of it. That's just what happens. But now I kind of understand like the gray ground in the middle of that a bit more.
Okay. That's a 3 and a 4.
And I get to
So
pick?
you pick.
3. Where's it going?
Could go to the 2.
Okay. That's a number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask a flattering question. What? No. What do I find out that you were trying to hide?
You find out my relationship with the superhero that's actually the CEO of that oil company.
Ooh, can I know it?
Can you know the relationship?
Yeah.
Romantical in nature.
Romantical in nature.
And I had no idea that they were the CEO to an oil conglomerate.
I ruined your life.
slash the evil big bad.
Oh no. I screwed it all up. It was worth it. I rolled a 3 and a 2. So
go for the 2.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna put it up here. I mean, what would be really, really screwed up is if I knew that, but I didn't. So, oh no, I accidentally. Wow. I probably know you a lot better. The relationship between Remix and Hydra is much closer than anything between Kent Clark and Brandon Storm. So, I think that's pretty clear.
Mm-hmm. I think this is an easy one, but I'm going to try a vulnerable question. Who lost trust in me?
Who lost trust in me?
I'm interested to see your...
Yeah. Because I want to add another element. Because I have an idea. I think at some point you were kind of circling around maybe having like another superhero as like a partner for superhero stuff, for not like romantic stuff. And I think that they found out that you had worked with me on something, and they felt like they couldn't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you had an ally who kind of did like whatever the 70s, 80s version of ghosting was. They just kind of, I can't come out tonight. Yeah. Sorry.
Tonight's bowling night. Can't really get out of that.
Yeah, I joined a new league for bowling. So yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 6 and a 1. I'll take that 6. Thank you.
Okay, where are you putting it?
Right next to that 2, please.
Okay. It's a little rough for me. Okay. So I'm going with a neutral question. What have I lost?
That's a toughie.
Yeah.
I think you lost whatever you were here to rob. Because somebody else had just gotten to it.
Oh no. Oh no. Also, just like a pacing note, I'm not going to rush. I don't think we're going to make it through this scene completely, because I think we're going at a good pace. But yeah, just as a note, I'll be able to save all of it for next time, so we're good. Oh my gosh, it's not there. It's not there, but I'm there.
Yeah, you get up to the stand and it's missing.
Gosh. Okay, now I want to burn down the whole city block. I'm done. Right, neutral is 1. So I got a 4. I'm going to put that 4 where the lower 2 is and move everything down. I'm sorry, I only moved my stuff down. That's my bad. Here for the reveal that you were the one who stole it. Nah, could be literally anything. I mean, literally no one likes our characters, so... Okay. Watch out, too.
Okay. Vulnerable. What secret have I been protecting?
It's really good. Ooh. What if you knew about this beforehand, but you didn't tell anyone, and you were going to see what happened instead of, doing the typical superhero thing and like trying to stop me? You were just going, like you said, you're just here to make an analysis, see how it shakes out. But I think you've been protecting the secret of some of my activities, and I think maybe that was part of the falling out with the ally I mentioned earlier, is that you've been specifically like doing that. Because I want to say it's not a secret relating to the superhero that we were talking about, the CEO. But yeah, I think on some level you've been on purpose or not, like protecting me from other heroes getting in my way, and Whew, complicated.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah.
So it's a 2 and a 5. So put the 5, move the 3 and the 6 down, and put the 5 with the 4.
Oh, very good. Oh, I'm going to get my ass handed to me with this lineup. Wow. I love it. Back to basics. Back to the what's standard. Okay. I'm going to do a vulnerable question. I feel like I've done all of these. Uh-oh. Did I ask what do I lose? Was that?
I think so.
I think so too. You asked how am I scarred? Did I ask what do I fear?
No.
What do I fear?
You fear the repercussions of what could happen if you didn't get this piece of this artifact or this piece of museum exhibit.
Ooh, like might it fall into quote the wrong hands or what's like special about it?
It's actually a what's that thing called? It's a crypto like
like a cipher.
Yeah, like a cipher. It's actually a cipher that contains the information inside that would be able to expose the CEO superhero for who they really are.
Do they have a power that's like specifically related to like cipher secrets, something like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like they're just Superman, but like dumb jock Superman.
Okay, cool.
But maybe somebody hid it for them in there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if they're a CEO, they probably have like a whole... I mean, they probably had like a superhero team or something, too.
Don't know how far this goes.
Yeah, this is dark. This is like a dark conspiracy.
Yeah. The cracks are showing.
The key to the corruption, it's kind of funny because like I think the museum exhibit includes things that are like the more obvious choices, like weapons or like death ray type stuff, right? Or like even like trophies from villains or something. But all I was here for was this little, Dan Brown doohickey, Da Vinci's Code bit.
I like the idea of it was just so, to the untrained person who doesn't know what this is, it's just such an insignificant historical object. Maybe this is like a superhero museum. And it's like...
Yeah.
And it's like cataloging the exploits of all the biggest superheroes in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one part of that particular superheroes exhibit. But it's not the biggest part, or so everybody thought.
No, this is like the little the little tech part inside. One time I went to the museum. What's it like the Museum of Rock and Roll out in like Clevelandish, and there's a hall with all of the different amazing outfits by all of the rock stars, and I think something that has to be in this museum is just outfits. So many costumes. That's costumes. Really cool. I mean, I love museums, but superhero museum, because it's part of society. It's ingrained in society. So I think that's really cool. Okay. Cipher. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I have a suggestion. What if the cipher is kind of like the key to the powers?
So that superhero's powers?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. I've lost track of questions at this point. I just heard superhero museum and I was I think I asked, what do I fear? Which is a vulnerable question. So I roll 2 dice and choose one.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 2 and a 4. I'm going to choose the 4. Whew. Not great options over here for me. If I put it where the 2 is, then that doesn't really help me. I guess it helps if I move everything else up, so. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Neutral question. Is there anything you regret?
Ooh. Is there anything I regret? You know, I want to say that Remix is regretful about accidentally causing you to have like a breakup with your romantic interest, but can't say that. Don't think he regrets that even a little bit. I think one time, a long time ago, when Remix was just getting started, when he was just like a crusty rock, or worked at like a store or record store or something, like as a teenager, just trying to figure out what's happening with superpowers and stuff. I think there was one time when he met this superhero one-on-one and had a brief opportunity to do something and didn't. And I think there's a lot of regret there. That he feels like on some level, he could have just stopped this a long time ago, but he didn't. And so he's trying to kind of make up for it by acting on it today.
Interesting. Okay. Rolling the dice. That is a 1.
Okay.
I guess just next to the 2.
Okay. So I believe we're 5-2. Is there a time when you wanted to let me know when you want to put a bookmark in this?
Technically, we have until 245, 250.
Okay.
We might be able to get through the combat itself if you're comfortable with that, or we can just put a pin in it.
I think we might be able to get through the questions, but I know there are going to be at least 1 or 2 more rounds of questions at this point.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking.
Okay. We could do more questions and then pick up combat next turn.
Okay, I think that's what... Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
My turn with a question. My rolls are not great, but they're not the worst. So I think I'm going to go with a neutral question. So, what do you want? I know it's basic, but yeah. Like, where do you see this going?
I just want to be able to say that I did the right thing.
Oh, it's so fucking good. I'm really glad you're playing the superhero. My brain is broken from DMing, so I can only play villains. Okay. Neutral question, let's go. I got a 5. Okay. I'm going to move the 2 up and put it under the 2. It means I'm going to just move everything else down in the most complicated way to do this maneuver. Fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you?
Okay. Who becomes my unexpected ally? Flattering question.
I don't want to say the easy one, which is me. What if there was another, what if there was a hero here, who has always been helpful to the main superhero group, but is kind of on the periphery. They're kind of that type of hero that's always a little bit suspicious of everyone around them. I don't want to throw out any names of IPs, but they're always just they know you as a hero, or they know you and what your relationship was like, and was kind of always didn't really say anything about that, but they've always had suspicions. And I think they're here. I think they're here to back you up just in case things get really hairy, or they're here to be an alibi for you with other superheroes. Okay. Right. This is kind of like a film noir detective style superhero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a 2 and a 4. So 2 next to the 2. Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wrong color. Okay. So I think I might want to do another set of questions before considering a clash, but technically either of us can start a clash. So what do you think about that? Like out of game meta, in the meta.
I personally don't have any other questions, so I would start the clash, but if you have one in mind, go for it, and then we can start the clash.
Mm-hmm. Looking over them, I don't think I have any more questions either. I think we've set up the scene pretty well.
Okay.
Interested to see what the clash is.
Yeah. It's going to be good. So then are we calling it today?
I think we're calling it here. I think we finished our questions. We're going to start with a clash next time with this game board.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think we've made some very interesting choices today and had some very interesting scenes. I really like the way it escalated, and it's a fun game. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, it definitely took some turns and went everywhere I did not expect it to go.
Yes, exactly.
But,
exactly.
Yeah, in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lizzie, where can people find you?
I can be found on Twitter at Lizy_BR. That's LIZY_BR. And I can also be found on the City and Snow podcast, where I DM for a bunch of very good party members. It's very nice. Yeah, it's a good time.
Very good time. I am at _Nova Gamer. You can also find me on the Legends of Lanamore podcast at LanamorePod. And today's charity Novi is supporting during this Novi Presents is stopline3.org. Tribal nations, community, and environmental groups in Minnesota have fought for 6 years to stop Canadian oil giant Enbridge Energy from building the Line 3 pipeline in northern Minnesota to take oil from Canada's tar sands region to Superior, Wisconsin. The pipeline violates several treaties with the Ojibwe people that establish the right to hunt, fish, and gather along the proposed route. The pipeline will cross 200 bodies of water, including the Mississippi River, twice. If you can, please donate. Donations will be matched up to $200. And to learn more, please go to www.stopline3.org.